Hi guys. Yesterday we were talking about the transitive verbs. We also discussed the type of verb that's a linking verb, and today I will give you a feedback of both the verbs. The linking verbs I discussed earlier, a verb that acts as a link between the two words is called linking verb. It connects or links the subject to a noun or an adjective in the predicate. I gave you an example. For example, the matches are full of sticks. The room is very spacious. All right. Okay, then we have transitive verb, in which I discussed that a verb that needs an object to complete itself, it's called a transitive verb. For example, the boy kicks the ball. The kicks is the transitive verb here. All right, it is called transitive because it passes its action from subject to object. All right, or he loves his mother. All right, it's passing from subject to object. He loves his mother, or I love my mother. So these were the examples of the transitive verbs that I gave you. Another example that I gave you is about my maid cleaning the floor. The maid is, of course, the action denoted by the verb cleans, passes from the from my maid, from the doer, my maid, to some object that was floor. All right. Now today we will be discussing about the intransitive verbs, and I hope this video was clear to you. So let's move on to the next video, and that's all about intransitive verbs. Now, intransitive verbs are those that do not need any object to complete itself. Those are intransitive verbs. It doesn't pass its action from subject to the object. For example, the girl sleeps. The girl sleeps. We don't need any object here to complete the sentence. We just say the girl sleeps. We're just saying the girls sleep. So that's an intransitive verb. It does not pass its action from subject to object. Or he was injured in an accident. He was injured in an accident. That's again intransitive verb. All right, so it is not passing any action from subject to the object. All right, another example is we sleep at night. All right, in this in this sentence, when I say we sleep at night, the action sleep do not pass from the doer we to any object. We are not saying like we sleep on the pillow. We're just saying we sleep at night. So it's not passing any action from the doer to any object. So the verb sleep is called an intransitive verb. Now let's look at another type of verb, and that's all about finite verb. Now what's a finite verb? Finite verbs means those verbs which can change their form in accordance with the subject. It defines the time, past or present, and the subject. It tells you who is doing the action and when it is being done. For example, I eat rice. All right, so it's finite verbs are those verbs which can change their form in accordance with the subject. For example, I eat rice, he eats rice, she eats rice, they eat rice. All right, it actually, the finite verbs, they actually tell you who is doing the action and when it is being done. All right, I am a student, he is a student, she is a student, we are students, they are students. So this was finite verb. Now let's look at infinite verb. An infinite verb is a verb which has to before it. All right, it shows infinite action when it's used at the beginning of the sentence. For example, to see is to believe. There are so many proverbs that start with the word to. To be weak is miserable. All right, so infinite verb, there is the main thing that if you see it in the sentence, it always begins with the word to. So it shows infinite action when it's used at the beginning of the sentence. To be weak is miserable. All right, so these were the two types that I had to discuss today. Tomorrow we will be discussing the infinite as noun and a verb. So Thank you for bearing me and watching me. If you haven't understood something yet, please do post in the comments. I'll be replying you soon. Goodbye.